Stay classy!
Although Andover is still conducting most of its activities through virtual platforms, the Andover Dance Program has been offering both remote and in-person classes as fall term athletics options. However, the formats of those held in person have been adjusted to ensure that dancers are making the most out of their time on campus while also staying safe. Here are live reporters Tang and Wendi Zheng with the story.
Thank you. From improvisation classes inside a Pinal cluster tent to online advanced ballet classes, the Andover Dance Department has been hosting a vast array of classes that accommodate for various living situations. Instructor in theater and dance ERIN Strong explains how the dance department has transitioned rehearsals, auditions, and classes to an online setting and describes their efforts to improve the overall experience for all dancers.
We are finding ways to move and groove on campus, off campus, in the Zoom world, joint, hybrid fashion, getting people off campus connected to the people in the studios. And so that's what we're doing. So we have in our studios these big tech setups with TV screens, a couple different devices with microphones and a camera so that when people zoom in, they can see the whole studio. And then those of us in the studio, we get to see the Zoom screen blown up on the TV screen so we can see everyone a little bit better.
Strong expresses her hopes for the dance program this term.
My one goal for dance is to get us up and dancing, which I know can be hard because we're confined to small spaces and we have to keep distance even when we're dancing in person, so that makes us not be able to move as much. But my goal is move as much as we can within the room that we have.
New dancers at Andover this year weigh in on their dance experience so far. NATALIE Murphy, class of 24, mentions the difficulties she faces with fostering connections due to the new COVID-adjusted class structures.
Doesn't quite support connection because we're not allowed to show up too early or too late, and we get pretty limited water breaks. Not that we need more, we get 2 a class, but it's just we don't really get a chance to talk and connect with other dancers when we're not dancing. But I do like the people I dance with, and I do like getting to know them, but it's not the easiest thing in the world when you're wearing a mask and you're dancing all class except for water breaks where you're drinking water and taking a mask break. You have to be 10 feet apart.
This year it's a lot different because of the pandemic. We all have to stay 6 feet apart with our mask on. Sometimes there are combinations we can't do during this pandemic, which is a bummer, but I'm really fortunate to be able to have in-person classes on campus here. For our in-person classes, we do it in the Pinal tent, which is really big and nice. We have the big speakers, the big TV for all the remote dancers, a big dance stage in a big area. Sometimes the teachers, they would split us into groups where we would be able to connect with each other.
It has helped me connect because I actually dance a lot on campus because I do it as my sport. I do it in Midsummers, which is a dance production this year, and I also auditioned for ADG and Blue Strat. So I do kind of a lot of dancing on campus, and that has really helped me connect because they really try to do in-person classes if they can, and just doing that helps me meet new people. And even if we're doing Zoom classes, they encourage a lot of group work and partnering.
Pau discusses the differences in energy and environment on Zoom in comparison to in-person classes. She states that she is still enjoying dance regardless of the limitations of the online format, and tells us how she feels about continuing dance at Andover.
When you have in-person classes, there's this energy, there's this feeling that makes you want to improve because your peers and your teachers are surrounding you and encouraging you. But when you are on Zoom, it's kind of like you're alone. I mean, dance has been hard as expected. I bet all sports are pretty hard right now, but I think we'll make it through, and I think it really has helped me with my responsibility and my self-control because I have learned to not slack off in class, and although it's been a weird experience, I'm pretty grateful that I've got to have this, because this is, it's strange, but it's special, it's unique in its own way. So it's a weird start to my first year at Andover, but I'm really excited for the future.
Similarly, Maggie KALKSTEIN, class of 23, asserts that the ways in which classes have been conducted are really unique and elaborates on the efforts that she has seen the Andover Dance Department take to create an enjoyable hybridized experience for their students.
I am participating in remote dance as my sport through October, because I will be going to campus when I'm able to. I'm a lower, so I'm in cohort 2. Remote dance is definitely unique, but it's still quite a bit of fun. We meet once a week for a mandatory class, which is us all zooming in from funky spaces. A lot of us are on carpet or maybe outside or in tiny little corners, but we make do, and it's given us the chance to kind of experiment with like a lot of jazz and other new styles of dance that we can do in our tiny little spaces. Dance has been, in my opinion, one of the best sports as far as keeping stuff synchronous and fun from those first couple weeks last spring when we found out that school wouldn't be happening the way we were used to it. We were on Zoom talking and dancing together, and Ms. Strong and Ms. Swamwell, who are our instructors, have done just an incredible job finding new ways for us to make the most out of being on the screen.
I hope that we're going to get dance out to all of you out there, and you're just going to be inspired to like get up and move and groove with us, because if you're watching virtually, we can't see you what you're doing so necessarily for a virtual performance. So if a song comes on that you're really jiving with, then get up, stand up off your feet and move your body.
Maya Tang and Wendi Zheng reporting.